Hello Aries, welcome to your December reading. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you this month. Now this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take only what resonates and leave the rest behind. As always, I've pulled out a wisdom of the oracle for you. Let's get you a moonology and we'll talk about these real quick before we move on to your main tarot spread. For your tarot, I will be looking at your general energy, your love energy, as well as career. All right, we have Treasure Island and we have nothing will come of this situation. Interesting. We'll see how this relates to your tarot once we get to it. But when it comes to your wisdom of the oracle, this talks about being grateful. It talks about the law of attraction bringing your dreams to fruition. And it reminds you that positive thinking leads to successful manifestation. And it also reminds you that all the good fortune you have is thanks to all the positivity that your mind has been able to generate for you, whether that's consciously or subconsciously. It's also asking you to enjoy whatever these treasures are. These treasures could be your relationships, your career, actual material wealth. Because if you see, we have hearts, we have stars, and we have coins, which talks about love, wishes, and material wealth. And the turtle, as we know, carries his home on his back. So this can talk about your home, your family life, treasuring it, enjoying it, and realizing that sharing that happiness and positivity only multiplies it. Okay. Now, like I said, as for your moonology, we'll see what this could be regarding. Let's get you 3 cards for your general energy. I have pre-shuffled your cards already. Oh, nice. We were talking about manifestation and we have the Magician popping up. And the Sun, whoa. That's beautiful energy right here. We will clarify. Let's get you 3 cards for career. Nice. King of Cups, 8 of Wands, Temperance. Let's get you 3 cards for love. Okay, guess that wanted to come out. I see. We have the Knight of Swords, the World card, which is called the Universe in this deck. I'm using the Hermetic Tarot. And the 6 of Cups. Interesting. I'm going to clarify straight away before I start deciphering your cards. I'm using the Nicoletta Ciccoli Mini for clarifications. We have the 8 of Cups clarifying the Sun. That's very interesting to me. I love it when that happens. I'm going to try and keep the clarifiers to a minimum. The 2 of Cups clarifying the 2 of Wands. A 2 clarifying a 2. Interesting. Let's clarify the Magician. Because the more cards I pull, you know, the muddier the reading gets. 3 of Wands. Right. Let's clarify the King of Cups for your career. The Hanged Man. Let's clarify the 8 of Wands. Might need a bridging energy. 4 of Pentacles. Clarify Temperance. Ace of Swords. It's a very stop and go kind of energy here. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords for your love reading. The King of Cups. Clarify the world or the universe. Page of Swords. Clarify the Six of Cups. The Magician again. I know what you're manifesting, Aries. In your general energy, which I can tell is very likely tied to your love, is you manifesting happiness, you wanting to be happy, you wanting to be in love, you wanting to be in a companionship, in a partnership, in a relationship. There was a bit of this energy of walking away, whether it was you or it was somebody else walking away from you. I feel like you're trying to overturn that. The Sun talks about happiness, and the Eight of Cups talks about that energy of walking away from something that doesn't make you happy. With the Two of Wands, I feel like you're setting intentions. You're setting intentions for that happily ever after with somebody, with the Two of Cups clarifying it. And with the Magician card, with the Three of Wands, I feel like the intention is set and you're ready to take a leap. Because the Three of Wands comes up when you're waiting for that perfect moment, that perfect opportunity to take that leap of faith. Okay, I'm not going to clarify more of that. I will need bridging energies here and here. But let's see. Let's go straight to love because we're talking about it already. We'll talk about career last. Now, the Knight of Swords being clarified by the King of Cups, I feel like there is a lot of love here that you are holding on to for someone. You're not expressing it, whether it's that you're not being able to express it or you're just keeping it to yourself. But with the Knight of Swords, there is that urgency to want to rush in and speak your truth. Okay, it's like wanting to be heard, but it's a very risky energy. It's a very restless energy, the Knight of Swords. It's not an energy of that calculated, I wouldn't even say calculated, like that energy of planning and moving forward constructively. You know, I feel like you're having to balance between your emotions and staying calm and rushing forward and having that conversation that you need to. With the World card clarifying with the Page of Swords clarifying the World card, I feel like whatever this was, we did see the Eight of Cups here. Whoever walked away, there was an ending, because the World card talks about a chapter closing. So with the Page of Swords, I feel like a part of you is still wanting to explore this. A part of you could low-key be online stalking, spying, or just having that particular person's energy within your field, not being able to let it go. Basically, it's still hanging on by a thread maybe, but it's still hanging on. With the Six of Cups being clarified by the Magician, the Six of Cups talks about a past soulmate. It talks about somebody you have a soul tie with, and it talks about happy memories from the past. And the Magician clarifying that, we know now what it is you are manifesting. You are most likely manifesting either, this is not going to resonate for everyone, you're either manifesting a person back into your life, someone from the past, or you are manifesting a soulmate who you could probably have a past life relationship with. I want to get bridging energies for all three. Five of Swords. The Emperor. There's that bit of stubbornness that you're not willing to let this go, because the Five of Swords talks about that sneaky energy. It is someone not meaning well, someone being selfish. Now, I don't know if this is your energy, you being selfish and still pursuing this, even though it's not good for you, or it is the energy you were dealing with was selfish. But I still feel like with the Emperor here, you're not willing to let it go. I'm going to get one more card to see an outcome for this. within December. The Death card. Yeah, I mean, the World and the Death card showing up together, it just tells me that this is, the time for this is up. At least for now. Let's clarify the Death card and get a bridging energy. The Nine of Pentacles, which talks about being single, which talks about working on your resources, working on your independence. Nine of Cups, personal happiness, personal wish fulfillment, focusing on you and nobody but you. I feel like, Aries, whatever transpired here, though there are no cards of immense pain, I'm getting it from the energy. Whatever ending this was, it was incredibly painful for you. But the Treasure Island, Wisdom of the Oracle, it does talk about treasuring, not variables, Aries. It talks about treasuring things that are permanent in your life, permanent fixtures. When it comes to family, when it comes to your home, your career. I feel like you are holding on too tightly to something that has run its course. I don't sugarcoat my readings. I'm not one of those readers who's going to tell you someone's coming back when they very well might not. You can click off if you need to. But I can't ignore what's on the table here. The Death card is a major arcana. This is not something we can control. Okay? And it doesn't mean literal death. It means the ending of something, the closing out of something. And I feel like only once you give this permission to close out is when you will be able to focus on you. The Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles showing up together, it just tells me that you need to do you. Now that makes sense. Nothing will come of this situation. This has to do with your relationship, your past relationship. I think this is the right time. We're closing out the year, Aries, starting off 2022. You don't want to take on past baggage. You want to move on with a fresh, clean slate and do you. Okay? Okay, let's talk about your career. King of Cups clarified by the Hanged Man. The King of Cups showing up in a career reading is wonderful because it just talks about loving what you do. Okay? Being at home in your career. The Hanged Man talks about being flexible enough to shift your perspective to address every single area of that particular career and addressing problems wisely and not being very rigid about things, which is great. We have the Eight of Wands with the Four of Pentacles here. I feel like some of you may be traveling for work because the Eight of Wands does talk about travel. Some of you may be in the communication line. But either way, I feel like with the Four of Pentacles, you are holding on to your security. You're holding on to your stability. You could be, maybe you're starting a savings fund, or I'm not certain, but I feel like you're investing wisely. But you do need to realize, because again, I'm going back to the Treasure Island. Remember I said the more you share, the more it will multiply. I'm not asking you to be exceptionally generous to a fault. I'm asking you to not be miserly. I'm not saying you're being miserly, okay? But sometimes we get so afraid of our foundation being shaken up, we hold on for dear life. And what that does is that blocks that energy. It blocks the universe from giving you more. You know what I'm saying? Because you build a wall around that stability and the universe is like, I want to give you more. I want to give you more. But you're just like, no, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. You know what I mean? It's that kind of energy here. Because the Eight of Wands also talks about that fast-paced movement. I will get a bridging energy here. But we have now the Temperance card, which is very similar to that Hanged Man energy, being clarified by the Ace of Swords. I feel like there is a clear beginning, a clear manifestation, if you will, that could be coming about for you. Something new that you maybe wanted to start, that was based on your authenticity, on your authentic truth. I feel like there will be an epiphany that will come about, that will make you sure about taking this step, if that makes sense. The Temperance card, though, talks about patience, it talks about balance, it talks about harmony. I'm going to get just 2 more cards to see. Judgment. Ten of Wands. Don't overburden yourself, Aries, when it comes to work. Okay, I feel like with the Judgment card coming up and the Ace of Swords here, maybe this is telling you that it's better to focus on something that you already know and perfecting it before you move on to something new. I mean, or maybe before you add another project to your plate. Because I feel like if you take on too much, you will burn yourself out. Because the Hanged Man and the Temperance both coming out here, I feel like it's asking you to slow down a little bit. Yeah, the World card. So I feel like stop trying to hurry up and hustle and close one project, let's start a new one. Close it, let's start a new one. It's great to be fast paced when it comes to your work. It's great to be proactive. But if you're going to leave things half-heartedly, oh yeah, that's done, check. But have you done it correctly? Quality over quantity, am I right? So focus on what you're doing, perfect it, and then move on to this new beginning based on your authenticity. Just don't overburden yourself, Aries. Sagittarius season is beautiful. It's full of luck, it's full of abundance, and it's full of adventure. Make the most of this energy. We're out of Scorpio season. That Death card, that Tower energy, that transformative energy, it's done. We're through. You've made it. Look forward to Sagittarius season and look forward to the new year. All right? I will see you next time. Bye-bye.